to Lloyd and JD, the best fucking podcast in the world. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD. What's going on, man? Thought I was gonna lose you there for a second. I just saw the total shutdown happen.
What's up? It's been a while.
It has been. We missed a couple weeks there. I had a pretty crappy week. And
Yeah.
Then I lost track of time, and then we missed recording, and that's all on me. But my elbow swelled up so bad that I couldn't touch my head, and that wasn't so much fun.
That sucks.
It was not fun, man. It's it sucks because I got an infection in the elbow. I don't know how, because I didn't break the skin on my elbow, but I had
The fuck?
the injury, and it just blew up, and started taking the antibiotics. About 3 days later, it was good, but it was getting really, really red and really, really big. And
You need weed in your life.
I need weed in my life.
I'm pretty sure it cures everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for like the common cold.
There you go.
But it actually makes you feel better than a common cold.
Right.
See, smoking weed when you have the common cold is a fight against yourself because you feel like shit and you don't want to smoke weed. I don't want to smoke anything when I'm sick. Like usually you have a sore throat and you cough, everything.
Normally when you're young, your lungs are affected. You're not going to want to inhale something that makes you
But if it's all you
cough
got, it's all you got.
more.
If you got edibles, even better.
Right.
But once you actually take the plunge and you like you have the one who it takes forever, you like look at it for 15 minutes, like, oh God. And then you do it and you feel really good afterwards.
Right.
Like it kind of relieves a little bit of your symptoms. You get hungry, you start eating. It's actually quite nice. Yeah. And it helps out as long as you drink enough water because it can dehydrate you.
Right.
So you got to drink like double. You just got to force it in you.
Yeah.
I take like water bowls.
Well, I mean, if you have a cold or a flu or anything like that, you should be hydrating.
But you got to double that up if you're going to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Or get high.
Because you're just going to totally dehydrate yourself.
Yeah, man. And get
Make
a headache.
it way worse.
Yeah. But if you're slugging the back of that water and you do it, it does relieve
Right.
I'll
take your word for it.
Someone else's symptoms. Yeah. And then when you're done eating and all the symptoms being all right, you get sleepy.
Yeah.
You can take a nap.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So took the antibiotics and now I just have to wait. The crappy part is that I was supposed to get the procedure done. I was supposed to get the injection in my elbow. It's supposed to help it to get back to normal because it hasn't been healing. And that had to, because I was on the antibiotics, I had to cancel that, and it got moved to like a month away, which sucks because it's a month of not really doing much because this thing's a huge pain in my ass. But that's just how it goes. Like even sitting here, like I have to make sure that my elbow is not like on the bumper here versus hanging off. Otherwise, I'd be
That's
just one of those crappy weird injuries.
Yeah, man. That's weird.
Don't smash bone on bone, elbow to elbow kind of thing.
You got aliens.
What's that?
Aliens.
100%
it was aliens.
Yeah, maybe.
So you went to Beerfest?
Yeah, I went to Beerfest.
You're on antibiotics, though, so I'm guessing you didn't drink.
What's that?
I'm guessing you didn't drink. Or did you drink?
I did drink, but just like not a ton,
Yeah.
Like I went with Jerry Bullshit Corner. He those guys, man, like I got my first, like, they have those little kind of shot beer glasses. They're not very big.
That's lame. I hate those. It's beer.
Yeah. I get it. You want to test all the stuff, and that's kind of the point of it. But to the same extent too, I hear what you're saying. But for me, it would have sucked anyways if they were full beers because I would have had like one, and then I would have been done.
I'd have been annoyed.
Yeah.
I'd been like, give me 8 more of these.
Yeah. No, you can have as many as you want.
But that's what's silly.
Yeah.
Just if I can have as much as I want, I feel bad. Keep coming back.
Yeah.
I just want to walk away with.
They should have like a full beer option, maybe, where you can get the little samples if all you're interested in doing is tasting them and figuring out which beers you like. Which is it's a good place.
Do you have to pay for anything there?
You do have to pay for the beers. It's like $2 or $3.
So you're paying for this shot.
Yeah, you're paying like $2 for that shot.
They're
making buckets of money.
Now I'm getting angry.
Yeah, because we're figuring it out. There's probably 4 to 5 of those little beers and a can of beer. So these guys are making good money.
Brutal.
I know they're making good money off this beer fest, and we're not sure how the split works. If it's the organization that makes all the money, or if it's the brewery that makes the money. But there's probably some sort of price fixing, like Beerfest probably says you have to charge at least 2 tickets. Is kind of my thought. Most were 2 tickets, so they were like $2. But these guys, like Jerry was like 4 or 5 beers in by the time I'd finished my first half of that little tiny thing, So these guys were going hard.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. I would have had a funnel and I'd just been walking past
fill her up.
The booths. Yeah, pour it in as I walk by.
Yeah. But it's massive. Like, I mean, we went to the...
Lame Fest?
Yes, the Lame Cannabis Fest.
That was brutal.
It was. I expected with the legalization of cannabis, this would have been a lot bigger.
Privatize it.
Yeah.
Fuck Stampede Ground. Stampede Ground's clearly not the place to do this, as they've stamped signs everywhere saying they're not on board. So fuck them. Yeah. Privatize it. Put it on some guy's farm.
Yeah, but Beerfest, the BMO where they have the Comic Expo, how big that is, that was filled, and the extended hall was filled, and they were absolutely massive, and it was packed, man. Like there was people, and when I left, we went there early in the day, and by the time that I left, there was a lineup.
Was there full beer options anywhere?
No.
Really?
No, it's just all little samplers.
So you couldn't drink a full beer anywhere?
No. You just had to drink
with money.
Yeah, you just have to get your sample cup. That's
bullshit. That's making me angry.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes. But I mean, those guys, they were going through stuff, and it was good. They had some good food there. I had a Spalumbo sausage and had some, pulled pork, and they had some really good food options. But
just not enough beer to wash it down with.
No, those shot things are pretty small. But like I said, for me, it wasn't bad this year because I wasn't really drinking because of the antibiotics, and because
I would have spent so much money. That would have been brutal.
Yeah,
if I didn't go.
Yeah.
Feeling good about myself.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good event. Like this is the first. I've been to the Mashing before, which is later in the year. It's a little bit smaller. It's kind of the same thing, but this was the Mashing. It's like a process in beer when they're making.
Yeah, I know
beer.
what I watch. Fucking what is it called? What's that? Moonshiners.
Yeah,
I fucking love that show.
Okay, so. Anyways, in October they have the Mashing, which is the same sort of thing. It's put on by the same organizers, but it's much, much smaller. This is actually quite large beer fest, and good time.
No, man, you can't get full beers. Bullshit. We should all revolt and just not go next year.
Yeah.
No one should go.
Yeah, I think
Beerfest is full beers and sausages.
Yeah.
They got the sausages.
That's Oktoberfest. You're thinking
fucking thing. Yeah. That is the Beerfest, Oktoberfest, is it not?
Yeah. That is the beer fest.
We just made up some bullshit version of it. So
we made a little one in
gay one. Oh well, yeah, it is now.
Yeah,
it's silly, man. They ruin everything.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, it's all like craft breweries and little breweries. Man, there are so many now. There are so many now.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can make it in your basement.
Yeah, I don't know how all these little breweries are going to surprise.
That's what weed's going to end up like. I bet you.
What's that?
That's what weed's going to end up like.
Yeah. I don't know how they're all going to survive, though. Like, I don't know how all these little businesses are going to sell enough to sort of sustain themselves. I mean, if you're small enough, I think you're okay. But if you get to a certain point where you're kind of like in the middle road, I imagine it's quite a difficult go. I mean,
we're competing with some of the bigger prices. But a lot of people are looking for craft beer. I don't know. Yeah. You don't know the statistics of the market.
Yeah.
You don't know how much beer is bought, say, a year, because that's going to be your...
True. But, with a craft brewery, you can't necessarily go to your co-op liquor store and pick up, a 6-pack.
A lot of these craft breweries,
some of them you can. Some of them
a lot of money from people actually coming during the week to drink at the brewery.
So I go to places in Calgary like Citizen Brewery, which is close by. They make a lot of
money on the weekends, man. Yeah. They're making the same money that a bar or restaurant is making on the weekends, because some of them are smart enough to sell some snacks.
And that's why I go to Citizen, because Citizen sells some good food.
And then they're selling like their booze.
Yeah.
People are going to go there for the environment. So now they're in different markets. They're not just in, like, no one goes to like the, I don't know what name of fucking beer, like, Lucky. I've never been to no Lucky fucking brewery.
Right.
So you're getting a different experience.
Yeah.
I always wondered how Lucky stayed in business, to be honest with you.
But with how many there are, with how many of these little craft breweries there are, it's going to be a wonder how many of them will stay in business for the long term and how many will just kind of like, we can't sustain this, you know.
You would hope.
It's like anything,
hope that
right?
they could all sustain it.
Well, absolutely. You hope that for any business, but you know as well as I do.
Like, look at how many little burger places there are, and you wonder how the fuck does this guy stay in business?
But a lot of times those places disappear, right? You know, except for the institutions. You know, like Peter's Drive-In will always be there no matter how shitty their food is.
That's the worst burger I ever had. People were like, oh,
you know that little Burger Shack in Inglewood?
Yeah,
as well.
Right.
Yeah, it's
little rape shack. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like
that's what it is.
It's like 19.
I wouldn't fucking go in there at night.
1970s, still got the plastic.
1970s rape shack. It was a rape shack back then. It's a rape shack now. Fucking good burgers though.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. You know what's funny is like that place, the burgers are actually pretty good, but Peter's, man, like why do people
brutal.
love it? Like why do people love that place so much?
Yo, and it pisses
so
me
bad.
off. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, milkshakes are so good. I mean, you cannot suck that shit up the straw. Is that what a milkshake is supposed to be?
Thick, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Give me a fucking spoon then. Like, it pisses me off they give me a straw.
Yeah.
It hurts to drink. Like,
yeah. Yeah, you're like, and you feel your head squeezing in because you're...
It's horrible, man. I don't know. That's just ice cream. Just sell it as fucking ice cream at that point. Soft serve.
Or what do they call them? Malts. They used to call them malts where it was like really, really thick.
Yeah,
and
soft
give you
serve and you just give me a spoon. I'll fucking
Yeah.
eat it like that, man. That's way better. It's almost like that shit you get at Wendy's.
Yeah.
The fuck? The Frosty or some
Yeah.
shit. That's the
Yeah.
same shit.
Yeah.
It's like sucking that up with a fucking straw.
And people try that.
Pisses me off. It's like a sick joke.
Yeah.
Cocksuckers.
But I don't understand that place. I really, really
Didn't like
don't.
a bunch of people die from like E. coli or some shit?
Probably.
I heard like 2 people or something died.
Probably. It wouldn't surprise me. If you take a look in the window and how they're actually processing their food, it's like, man, like that's... They're doing such volume, man. They're doing such volume. They're just kind of...
It's hard to find a clean place to fucking eat these days. Let's be honest.
Yeah. It is true.
Standards have slipped.
If you go to Alberta Health Services, because they do post all the health violations in the city and in Alberta as a whole, and you go there and you check out the restaurants, you might be surprised to see which restaurants are actually there and what was going on. The fact that they got, some warnings or maybe temporarily shut down or whatever the case may be. It's
I remember in Canyon Meadows, there was like this little Chinese restaurant, and the windows got papered up and like they were closed, and then stuck between the window and the paper was a cockroach like this big.
Jeez. Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, that Alberta Health Services site is well worth a look. I mean, the reason I know about it is because in tattooing, any tattoo violations that people have are there, and you're always curious who's doing what, when you're in that business, and they're all listed there, which I'm surprised people don't look. Like, I mean, if I was going to go get tattooed.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, I would check it out and say, oh, okay, well,
I just don't care enough to do that. I should care.
You should care a fair bit, especially with things like tattooing. I mean... if the guy's using rusty nails to tattoo and,
It's just like it takes forever to do everything these days. The last thing you want to do is research every store you have to go to this week.
Yeah, it takes seconds. It's the internet,
Seconds
man.
I'll never get back, man.
Yeah, well,
I'm just kidding.
You never want to get tattooed with that guy that's, using metal tubes and not sterilizing them or sterilizing them in a toaster oven.
A heat lamp.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, a fucking heat lamp. For a lizard.
Yeah. He just puts them in there and they lick it clean.
Sterilized.
Yeah.
Good shit.
So what have you been up to?
I gotta remember here for a second. One sec.
You smoked that much before you came in, didn't you?
Yeah, man. It's my weekend.
Yeah.
The weekend, I like to smoke.
Yeah. Well, you've been doing a lot of gardening and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I kind of getting pissed off though. I want them out of my house at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I went for like a fungus gnat issue. That was fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And like the weather here has just not been.
Well, it's not
conducive.
consistent, right?
No, and I can't have them go down below 0 and kill everything because then it'll just all be a waste of time.
Yeah.
So I'm still scared to put them out. Like I said, I was gonna do it today. Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
Looks alright. It's gonna get a bit rainy next week. I think the lows are a bit high.
Yeah.
So
that's weather's here always inconsistent.
I went gaming a little bit. I work so much, and when I get home, I tend to like everything with a family, and then by the time it's like 9 o'clock, by the time I'm done, I'm just tired.
And that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work maintaining a garden, you know.
Yeah, but we got like cucumbers that are coming up, and tomatoes.
London's still enjoying it? Is she?
Yeah, she likes to water them. It's harder when they're in the house because she makes a bloody mess.
Right.
It's easier when they're out in the garden because she can just go ham with a watering can. Yeah, it gets watered.
Yeah,
and she loves it. But in the house, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I don't want to sweat up the boards.
Yeah.
And the flooring in my house isn't very tight. It's shit.
Right.
But it's been all right. I haven't been doing too much. We've just been going out with the fam, you know, getting a lot of online packages. Yeah. I've been shopping online quite a bit. It's like I found online. I love eBay. I like the auctions. Yeah. I've bought a lot of shit.
You like? Is it the fact that you can get something for a little bit cheaper than it's supposed to be?
Yeah, and like the thrill of like.
Do you ever pay more? I find people that
sometimes because sometimes, but then you get to a point like you're like, this is my limit, and then someone outbid you, and it like pisses you off a little bit, and you're like, fuck you. So like I'll outbid you $1, and then when you bid the $1, it's like that's not enough to outbid him, so he's already raised the stakes, and you're like, how high has he gone? And then you know, $10. Wow, this guy really wants it. And then you're like, and a $15, he really wants it. And then you're like, $20, you're the highest bid, and you're like, oh shit. Yeah. No, I'm paying $20 more than I wanted to pay. And then you're like, fuck, someone outbid me. Yeah. And then they'll bid you, and then you're like, fuck you, maybe $1 more than you. I was already gonna pay 20, and then it becomes a fucking thing. Before you know it, you've won. And I have actually won some items I didn't want. I bid on this one thing and I actually forgot I even bid on it, and no one bid me out. It just stayed at that price. So I got it for a really good price, but by the time I was done online shopping, I had probably bought like 2 of that thing that I really wanted, and then I got the one that I didn't want for a good price. Yeah. Pointless.
Well, you can always resell it or relist it or throw it up on Kijiji or do any of that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not like
used.
Yeah. Or use it. There you go.
It'll get used, but I wouldn't have bought it maybe.
Right. I just find eBay's kind of an interesting thing because
I love eBay.
You know, I've never really bought much off eBay.
So cheap.
I have sold a ton of stuff.
It's so cheap.
See, I don't understand that because when I sell stuff, it goes for like way more.
Dude, there is some really overpriced shit. Sometimes it blows my fucking mind how like overpriced. Like there's like some plant fertilizer that I was looking to buy, and it's supposed to just make, I'm growing watermelons, and I'm worried they're going to be like stupid looking watermelons because we don't get the best summer in the world. So I want to enhance growth. So there's a store in town that sells this stuff, but it's really far from me, and I didn't want to go to it. And because I've been like online shopping, I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy it online. Yeah, maybe I can get a good deal. Fucking even better. Turns out this stuff is cheaper in store, so I'm going to have to do that sometime this weekend. But so I'm searching for it, and I find it on their website. So it's a website for the store that's in Calgary that will ship to me still. But the packaging's ridiculous. Like the pricing, it's like, okay, that's stupid. But it's cheaper. It's like, so I found it's like $40, which is $20 more than it is in store. So if I go to the store, it's $20. If I buy it online, it's $40 from them. So I was like, no way I'm going to do that. So maybe I can buy it for $20 and like $3 shipping on eBay. So I searched on eBay for it, $400. Ooh. I was like, what? Same amount from $20 to $40. Wow. To $400.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane.
And then I couldn't even find it on Amazon.
Yeah. The price variance is insane.
So that blew my mind. So I'm going to buy it in store. But, there's things like that are stupid. But then I search other things that I'm looking for, and it will be like way cheaper. Yeah. Like I'll look on Amazon and be like, what the fuck? Like literally like $100 cheaper or something like that. It's like, wow.
It's insane.
So you've really got to shop around like different sites to get the deal.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Anything you should always check out.
And honestly, on eBay, you can go through like 100 of the same thing, and then you'll just find one that's like $3. You're like, what the fuck? Little gem just nestled in there. Yeah. That's the one.
That's the one.
But some of them, it'd be like $5, and you're like, fuck, now that's a good deal. And you click on it, and the shipping's like $160.
Yeah. You
can you imagine the fool that didn't look at that? And then
and I'm sure they catch people that way.
$160 shipping.
They catch people
That'd
that
make
way.
me cry.
Yeah,
single tear on down my cheek.
Absolutely. Well, that's all we got time for this week.
All right. Well, I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Fuck off.
See ya.